How to boost morale at work. I wanted to just record a short video. I work with a lot of clients that report low morale, especially through 2020. That was a pretty common thing, right? People were like a little bit burnt out. So it's a common question, how do you boost morale? This is a big question that I have lots of answers to, but this is just a short video with the lowest hanging fruit ways that you can implement that don't take a lot of time, don't have a lot of friction involved, and can measurably increase the morale of your group. I'm Chad Littlefield. I get to work with leaders and educators to help make connection and engagement super easy. And by the end of this video, what is in my brain about how to boost morale at work will be in your brain. Let's go. When I was about this tall, I had my entire life figured out. I was going to be Patch Adams. If you've seen the movie with Robin Williams, he puts on a clown nose to really promote the quality of life in healthcare rather than the quantity of life. And I saw the movie, I was gonna be a doctor. I was like pre-med track, it was happening. And then I took a chemistry class in college and it was like, not gonna work out so good. But what I'm so grateful for that moment is that spin-off led me to my curiosity in positive psychology. So while I don't do a ton of research anymore in this realm, I took a summer in college and looked at, UPenn has a master's program in positive psychology, and I looked at all the textbooks and the readings and the things that they're doing, and I literally just did a master's degree in positive psychology in a summer in the middle of college. Nerd. What I learned from that though, or what I picked up from that by doing that condensed study of positive psychology, which is basically, by the way, typical psychology would say, oh, you're depressed, let's get you back up to normal. Positive psychology says, you're depressed or you're normal, how can we help you thrive, right? How can we help you live a flourishing life? And so one of the themes that was ran throughout all positive psychology is gratitude. It shows up everywhere. One of the most impactful interventions that they introduced with individuals was gratitude journaling, right? Gratitude, what are you grateful for? Being thankful has an immense impact on your mood from a moment-to-moment basis and on your morale from a day-to-day and week-to-week basis. A super concrete example of this, I used to work at a team and leadership development center at Penn State, and we used to have staff meetings every single Monday that got pretty big. It was like 30 or 40 staff. And when I first went in, I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna all go around and speak one at a time? Like, this is crazy. This is not an effective use of time. Like, the facilitator in me wanted to jump out of my skin and like lead something else that would be a little bit more engaging. But what I noticed after a few meetings was these were essential to morale because the entire purpose and theme of those meetings was to go around the circle and share appreciations. Hey Jen, this is what you did this week and this is how it made my life easier and better. This is how it helped a student. I talked to this student that told me that Lori said something that totally changed their perspective on the world, right? Lots of love and appreciations. And that gratitude, it was as if there was a bucket in the center of the room, and for 30 to 45 minutes every Monday morning, people in the group could throw in gratitude into that bucket. The cool part is that that was everybody's bucket and it got full by the end of that meeting. And so that's a really cool way to increase morale at work is like, you might even put a gratitude bucket and share appreciations. You could even check out this video here about how to give positive feedback to colleagues where I differentiate between appreciation and affirmation. And you could go to like level 3000 with that and really improve morale by making an affirmation bucket rather than just a gratitude or an appreciation bucket. The other lesson that I learned from that goes back to Patch Adams. And it's this belief that I adopted when I saw that movie and then went on a quest to study to see if it was real. But it was this idea that connection is medicine. And at this point, after 10,000 hours of study and experience with clients, I believe that connection is medicine. It's part of why gratitude and appreciations work so well because it connects each other, it weaves this web to one another. And so, Kate and I are trying to figure out how to raise our son, Otto, and what's spiritual faith and how do we teach him this way or do we open up into expansive way? I don't know, it's a hard question to ask. Even if you have a deep-rooted faith, like, do I just give? Anyway, whoa, tangent. So the way we've started praying before dinner is just by saying, thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this, and we just literally point out things that we're grateful for in this format. Thank you for this, 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 and thank you God for it all. And we can unpack what God is later as he gets older, but for right now, I am of the belief that there is something beyond this little blue marble that we're floating on, and we don't understand it. And for right now, my name for that is God, and I'm still on a search to figure it all out. Point is that format, I think, is something that we can take into organizations, right? Thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this. What if in the chat, you actually put up a screen or held up a phrase that just said thank you, and then you had people just as fast as possible type all the things that they were thankful for that morning, just in 5 or 6 minutes. I would recommend, if you've got a group with a really low morale, I'd recommend acknowledging that there are things that are like tough and that life isn't perfect and it's not great. And just for this 5-minute period, I just want to turn our focus and tune in on what we're thankful for, what we're grateful for. Just a really practical way to bring about that gratitude to boost morale. One of my favorite questions in the We Connect card deck is really simple. It's what are you grateful for? And so I would love, as a question of the day, to hear your answer in the comments. What are you grateful for? You can actually raise your own morale right now by leaving a comment with what you are really grateful for in this moment. Check in with yourself. What are you grateful for? If you liked this and you want to continue exploring how to boost morale, there's a video linked at the end on an activity called Inspiring Intentions on how to engage a remote team that you will really love, that is a really kind of a genuine but deep morale booster. I'm Chad Littlefield. It's awesome hanging out in cyberspace. Have a majestic day. Cut.